Hello everyone. Please let me know if you can hear me. Welcome to this session. Hope you guys are all doing well. Just let me know if you can hear me, please, and then we can get started. How's everyone doing? I hope you guys can hear me. Sam, can you? Welcome. It's good to see you. Can you guys hear me? Please let me know. Awesome. Thanks. So, welcome all to this last session. As always, we're gonna see some cryptos. We can, as always, accept requests. We can go over whatever you guys prefer. We can start with Bitcoin and then just move around all the other cryptos. And if you want, we can also look at some macro aspects. So we can look at gold, we can look at indices, oil. So we can get kind of understanding of what's happening and what could be happening, and if we should be, in a way, scared could be the word, but I don't like it. Perhaps worried, concerned, or just we should just be mindful of what we're doing. So yeah, just let me know, guys, what you want to get started with. And obviously, of course, I accept requests of any kind. Like, it can be cryptos, can be the S&P, can be the Nasdaq, it can be gold, it can be Apple. So yeah, please keep. I'll actually type it. All right, and yes, we can sure. So INJ. So market cap, yes, or yeah. Which you want to look at this one, or the, because I don't think you want to look at the market cap. So I suppose this is what you want to look at. Let's see if here we have, it's pretty much the same. Okay, so well, this is quite interesting in my opinion. We see a clear move to the upside, and then so far we have seen 3 waves down. Now, I do not believe, I do believe we will see further downside. I don't believe we will go higher from here. I could count this as a 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Here, I could see 5 waves. I can see 3. And here we should expect 5 waves again. So I'll just draw it like this first, so you guys can see it. 2, 3, 4, 5. That would be minute A, B, and C. So I would expect something like this, to be honest. Ideally, we would evolve into some sort of triangle, and then we can resume down. And at that point, we could look for upside. So I would like at least equality to be reached, and then look for eventual reversal. Yeah, that's my take on it. Do you have any question? Is there anything that's not clear? Oh yeah, we can look at Shiba for sure. Let's take a look. You're welcome. So let's take a look at Shiba. So Shiba, well, here as well, I do expect downside. The thing is, we broke this channel, this downtrend channel. However, we did it in 3 waves. And not only that, but we can see here 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 1, 2, 3. So ABC. So what could happen is either we do this and crash, or we just continue lower from here. So I do not have any reasons to be bullish on Shiba. One thing that could happen, let's say this is because this looks all the same. This looks 1 degree of structure. Here, potentially we get a sideways move, some kind of triangle, maybe, and then we get further downside. And at that point, we could resume higher. So obviously, a lot depends also on large cap cryptos, such as Bitcoin or ETH or Binance. So if those move lower, obviously there's little to no chance for Shiba to move higher. Therefore, yeah, I would track the market as a whole and see what's gonna happen. Now, as I said, we could get a sideways move here, and then downside to then resume to the upside. But I think it's clear that this trend, this downtrend that originated in October of last year, is broken. However, it was not broken in a bullish manner. So that's my take on Shiba. Let me know if you have any questions or anything that was not clear. And in the meantime, guys, feel free to ask for anything really. So, in the meantime, what is happening? Gold indices. Yeah, gold also quite interesting, because I think if we want to look at cryptos, which of course is a risk on asset, we gotta be mindful of where we are in terms of risk appetite. So here with gold, I have 2 counts. One that unfortunately I call them where is on and where is off. So the one you're looking at would be called where is off, which obviously I hope it's going to be the case. And basically we have down sideways, up, down. So down in W, ABC, triangle in B, up for C, which is where we are right now. We could be in wave C or wave X, and then within this box, I would expect downside. I'd expect gold to go back and crash, and then only then it could resume higher. So that's a scenario that I see as possible. If that's not what is happening, then I have this scenario where here we have wave E, and now we might have actually already made, I mean, this could have been 1 and 2, even of intermediate, I don't know, still of some degree. Let's say that could have been 1 or 2 to some degree. Therefore wave 4 was here, and now we're just going to go to all-time high straight from where we are. That's also possible, and that of course could easily take place if these events within Russia and Ukraine become some sort of world, let's say, issue. So some kind of, I don't like to say it, but some kind of world war, which obviously we're hoping not for. What I could see in terms of a macro aspect, if the first scenario that I showed you is going to be proven correctly, then perhaps what could happen is things between Russia and Ukraine, they cool off, so that actually panic is over, and we start moving lower as we move back onto a risk-on environment. And at that point, that could happen also if the Fed decides to postpone interest rate hikes until, I would say, at least Q4 of 2022, if not directly to 2023. And at that point, we could see gold moving higher and the stock market moving lower. That's a possibility. Okay, so Eric, sure, we can take a look at that, and we'll do so right now. In the meantime, please let me know if you have any questions on what I just went over. So I think I did have one Ripple chart, but not sure if, no, it's XRP. So I guess it's this one. Okay. Well, so I don't really, in Elliott Wave terms, it does not look like something I would, let's say, buy and hold, because for the time being we do not have a clear established trend, right? We're just bouncing back and forth from these areas. So it basically means we don't have enough market participants, or else we'd have enough equally distributed market participants. So, which is what happens with Forex, for instance. So we just don't have enough, let's say, data, not data, because, I mean, actually also data, because this, if you look at many stocks, even, I don't know, like big company, Apple and Microsoft, first couple of years, you get this and then explode to the upside. So it is possible that could happen with this as well, but for the time being, I don't I wouldn't know what to tell you. So that's the thing. If so, you would have to have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. And then obviously this would be, as you're saying, 1, 2, blah 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 of 100 degree, which I believe that's what you're talking about. Now, the problem is let's see, what could this be? 3, 4, 5, 6. Could be something like, could be something like this. Like, because it's very tricky actually. It's not the easiest looking chart. Not gonna lie, but let's say I see a down move. Potentially, I could count this of the same degree. So some kind of this could be some kind of A, B, and C. I would, let's say, that's the only way I would look at it if I was trying to look at for wave 1 and 2. And yes, it's true that we got 61.8% retracement, but that alone doesn't mean anything. What I would do is I would wait, look for an impulse wave, look for retracement, look for another impulse. Sorry, something like this basically. Up, retracement in 3, impulse to break this high, retracement, another impulse, and at that point you could enter. So you would wait for one move, a retracement, another impulse move to break this high, wait for a retracement in 3, wait for another impulse to break this, and at that point you could think about entering. That's a strategy you could apply. Let me know if you have any questions. In the meantime, we're going to go over with Sam XRP. So XRP was here. Well, that was a long time ago. So there is possibility, I would say, at this point, that let me just check for one then. Okay, so there's possibility that this is some kind of triangle. So actually, I mean, could this be some kind of triangle? Yes. Problem would be that wave, let's say this is wave 3 and 4. Don't mind this. Let's say this is wave 3 and 4. The problem would be that we cannot have validation. So sorry, overlap, and therefore invalidation. So either the potential triangle is not finished, and wave E has to finish above 0.7805. Otherwise, I would just stay away from it. That's what I would say. Yeah, Eric, you're welcome. Feel free to ask for anything else. In the meantime, Sam, let me know if you have any question. And Gala, let's see. This looks a bit, I mean, it's pretty much the same scenario as with Shiba. Because here you see this downtrend, which you could potentially count as 3-wave. You could count it as ABC. But here again, you get an ABC that did break this previous downtrend move. However, this is 3, and 3 waves a trend don't make. Therefore, I would expect for the downside. And once again, it gets sideways and then move lower. So, yeah, not something I would be interested in. I mean, I guess the only alternate would be if you had 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. But then again, I wouldn't like the proportion in terms of magnitude of this wave 4 to this wave 2. It wouldn't really fit the right look, what we call the right look. So yeah, that's my take on it. Any question, guys? You're very welcome. You're very welcome. What can we take a look at today? Well, with Bitcoin, I just posted a video very recently, and basically we did have some strong evidence suggesting for a low, not here, but here. However, I very much struggle to believe that. So I would stay open. I mean, I'm open to that possibility as well, but otherwise I would stick to either the triangle or else for the downside for what would be an anti-diagonal into wave C. And that could take us, as I've been saying for quite some time now, anywhere between 28 to 22,000. Hi KH, Kim, how you doing? Thanks for joining. As always, feel free to ask for anything. So HDC from Bitfinex. You see, Eric, you're like the ideal. What would you call it? The ideal. I'm missing the word. Let's say the ideal subscriber, as you're asking for. I mean, you provide me with sticker symbol and what exchange or broker, whatever you want me to look at. So yeah, respect for that, and I appreciate that. So that's interesting. That's very interesting. That is already something I like much more. So let's say if we decide to ignore up until here, because this is just a big spike. So if we decide to ignore that, and again, this is an assumption we're making, we decide to ignore that, I would say 1, 2. Could you add 3, 4? And that would be a problem. What if you have some kind of flat? Could this be a flat? So I'm gonna use minor instead. Could this be something? So I would say that could be a possibility. Let's look at some fib relationships. Okay, so we have wave 3 being 1.618. Length of wave 1, which is a textbook wave 3. And if you use this channel technique, 2, 4, and 1, connect 2 and 4, and then project it to 1. You get the estimate. This is obviously Elliott Wave Theory. You get the estimate for wave 5. Now, do you believe in coincidence? Because I do not. That's the power of Elliott right there. It's kind of thing that gets me excited about Elliott. Interesting. Let's look at some fib relationships between C and A. We obviously reached equality. So these ideally would be an area to look for support. But let me look on 3 hour. Yeah, again, this. So I like to play a game with, this is 3. And most importantly, this is 5. Therefore, I do expect further downside. I wouldn't be surprised to get down here. So yes, I do expect further downside, but this is interesting in Elliott wave terms. So up we go. Okay, so up, yes, we might go higher, but I think we're gonna go lower first. We will face more downside first. That's what I would say. Let me know if you have any question about it. And obviously, you guys keep any request anything you guys want. You're very welcome. You're very welcome. What were we even looking at? 1 year, 43%. March. Oh yes, I believe that. Year to date. Wow. All right. What else do you guys want to look at? I think it's fairly interesting how large cap like Bitcoin, ETH are losing percentage wise more than Shiba or Doge. I think that's interesting. But yeah, if I would say it's on pretty much the same path, obviously, as Bitcoin. So I would just wait and see what's gonna happen. I think it's this is a time where all we can do is wait. Really, there's not really too much we can do. Either way it works, well, I guess it does. I guess it does. I mean, at least it does for me. It's that thing. I know Elliott Wave is very criticized. I'm aware that. I know it. Usually, however, think about that. If you ever heard or seen Elliott Wave being criticized by an Elliottian, so one who is a practitioner in a professional level of the Elliott Wave theory, or have you just seen Elliott Wave being criticized by people who say they read about Elliott Wave and prove you in a way that it doesn't prove that it doesn't work? Make sense? So, as I was saying, yes, I'm aware that it does not have a good reputation. Mostly, one thing that I see is that many people struggle to learn Elliott Wave. So usually, people that don't talk very well about it are people that don't know Elliott Wave. And I recognize the fact that Elliott Wave is quite complicated. It takes time to learn, but once you know how to use, and then obviously, one thing is knowing Elliott Wave, so to be an Elliott Wave analyst, and another thing is to be a trader. And so I've been using Elliott Wave for I would say around 2 years now, and I'm very comfortable at the moment. I've been that way for a bit more than like a year and a half. But obviously, you learn things every day, which are not necessarily Elliott Wave based in the world of finance. But yeah, it's been quite some time. I'm still new, but let's say I would say that for my age, I'm on the right path, hopefully. Yeah, I usually get that a lot. And yeah, I mean, I started to work professionally. Almost 2 years ago. USDT Coinex. Can I ask what is this crypto about? Because the name is quite interesting. Coins price history. Well, okay. Thanks. Well, So I would expect for the downside, which could either get from here or one more push higher and then lower. Let's scroll down the 1 hour. So on the hourly, I would say that's the only way you could count 5 waves up, in my opinion, of some degree, but that's not important. I'll double check that wave 3 is not the shortest, and it's not, which is good. So yeah, as I said, I would look for further downside. That's my. All right, thanks, Eric. Yeah, I'm always interested in new cryptos, new coins to take a look at. Right now, I'm actually, to be honest, because I do have my crypto holdings, which involve around Bitcoin, ETH, Polkadot, and Solana. And at the moment, I'm also building a stock portfolio. So at the moment, my liquidity is going onto the stock market. But yeah, always happy to discover some new cryptos. All right. Anything else, guys? Anything you want to go over? Take a look at? All right. So yeah, if we do not have any further requests, we do. Nice. I like that. Keep them coming. So theta. This already is theta Binance. Yes, this is Binance. So the only chance you have for this to be impulsive is if okay, so this looks like 5 waves down, therefore trend establishing. Look for this and then further downside. At that point, you may consider longs. However, the big question should be, one, two, 3, 4. I don't know about that. Two, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, no. To be honest, not the nicest and clearest impulse wave. I don't particularly like that. I don't like this at all, actually. Here I could, this looks like a potential ABC. I could see a triangle here in wave B. 1, 2, 3, 4. Could this be a potential diagonal? No, it cannot. Then yes, yeah, I would wait. I would wait for a clear impulse move. That's my, yeah. Let me know if you have questions about that. In the meantime, moving on to the next one. Then I'll just take this. Oh well, same thing as all the others. 3 waves, a trend don't make. So, not something to purchase. I mean, not something I would purchase. Let's phrase it that way, because I don't want to get in trouble. Not something I would personally purchase. Also remember, guys, this we're not sure about that. This could also be some kind of wave A, sideways B, and upper C, because it doesn't necessarily, we don't necessarily have to have a wave 1 from the low. Remember that I just thought about that. That's very important, because I mean, that's something that, yes, it could go higher and then just crash. That's possible. So yeah, something I wanted to tell you guys, because something to potentially keep in mind. Luna. Oh, very interesting. 1, 2, 3, 4. Can I have a little more? 5, 6. So, wouldn't be good as a singer. That's why I'm trying to be a trader. Let's see. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5 somewhere. Let's try to find it. So let's find out. Here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Don't like that, because even if I place it here, we have 3 ways up for 5. So okay, only way I see that happening is we have a pretty ugly anti-diagonal into wave 5. I'll actually say this. Oh, we're script. Okay. The question is, yeah, okay, you could count yes, potentially could be finished. And here you could have wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. That's a possibility. That's something that could happen. Questions? Thoughts? This is quite interesting, though. Not gonna lie. It's, I mean, if you look at it from this perspective, it almost looks like you have a wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A, B, C, and now you're in for a major bull run, which is possible. But doesn't mean it's gonna happen. Possible doesn't mean it's gonna happen. Bitcoin, sure. So Bitcoin, I went over it briefly, but Kim, I mean, if you're asking, it means you didn't watch my last video on Bitcoin, which I published, I believe, yesterday or the day before yesterday. So go watch that, and please like. On that video, it's a 10-minute video, so I go over it and I explain everything I see. So it's very detailed, much more than I could tell you today. So I recommend to go watch that after the session is over. And MLT, Binance, or Bitfinex. So well, for the relatively short term, this is still 3. So you can expect at some point this low to be broken. Yeah. I mean, this could also develop either, this could be again A, B, C, but then crash. That's possible. Or else this could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Could be many things, but like here, you could argue this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Couldn't you? So, yeah. I wouldn't purchase. Well, why don't you guess? How old am I? What would you guys say? Even though I'm getting older by the minute, so it used to be quite fun to get people's reaction when I told my age at the beginning, but now I'm getting older. But yeah, Eric, let me know if you have questions about this, and if you guys have any other requests apart from knowing my age, which you have to guess. Yeah, exactly. Yes, which it could be a triangle either in wave B or in wave 4, because as I said, this could be A, B, C, or this could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, we would have to check potential wave 1 for 5 subwaves. Yes, yes. See, I do not believe this is a wave 1, because 3, 7, and 11 are the number of swings for a correction. 3, 7, and 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's most likely you could get something like this. This obviously being an A, B, and C. Anything else I can help you with, guys? Okay. Nope, of a wave B. Because if this was wave 1, you would have to have 5 subwaves, but as I just showed you, it looks more like a 3-wave move, because 7 is the number of swings for a correction. Avex. Yeah. Well, this potentially could be a triangle, and it could be nearly done if it is in a wave 4 position, but yeah, this just does not look. In a way, you could say we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Even though, to be honest, I struggle to see 5 waves here. I very much struggle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe that's the only way. But then wave 3 would be the shortest. So, yeah. Not really something I'm I'm pretty enjoying. I do see the possibility of upside, as this is a contracting structure, therefore a potential triangle in wave 4 position, but still the triangle is not confirmed, so anything could happen really. Questions? All right, so guys, I think this is gonna be, I'm gonna call it a day. As always, I thank you all for joining. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did, and I was helpful. Yeah, we're just gonna finish off with, oh crap, we're just gonna finish off with total 3, and then we're gonna call it a day. How does that sound? Well, yeah, it's. I mean, this still looks like either. This also reminds me of ETH, even though it shouldn't have nothing to do with it. But I mean, in a way, let's say this is wave 1, and 2. Oh, if this is wave. Well, then this could be very bullish. Or else, so this could either be 1, 2, 3, 4 in the making, and 5. What kind of fib relationship do we have between 1 and 3? Equality. Possible, very much. As you see, equality is acting as resistance. So until equality turns into support, there's no reason to believe we're going to continue higher, but we're going to potentially set up for a wave 4 position, which could also be it could turn out to be a triangle, as we've seen in many cryptos you guys asked for today. So either a flat or a triangle, or else, and this is very bullish. So I mean, if I have to give it a probability right now, as of today, March 4th, I would give it 10%. This 1, 2, 1, 2. So that would be a nest. Possible? Yes. Is it going to happen? Obviously, I don't know. Could it happen? Yes. Would I give it much credit in happening? No. So, on that note, I think I'll end it. I mean, that sounded really bad. I'll call it a day. I'll wait for the last questions about this and this only. And then I'll wish you all a happy weekend. And as always, thanks for joining, guys. So any questions? And then it's time to take parts. You will be missed. What's happening in the crypto space? Sorry, in the little bounce. All right, you're very welcome. Thanks you guys all for joining, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks, and don't forget to subscribe if you're not, and leave a like, obviously.